In this video lecture, we will start with unit number 1, power electronics. So in this lecture, we will see the definition for power electronics, some of its applications, block diagram of the power electronic systems, and various classification of the semiconductor devices. So first we'll go with the introduction. So power electronics is nothing but the electronics itself, but it is used for control and conversion of large amount of electric power. So in the case of power electronics, electric power is in the ranges of megawatts and electric voltages are in the ranges of kilovolts. Some of the applications of the power electronics are power electronics nowadays are used in almost all the applications. So first one is the aerospace applications. Here it is used for space shuttles. So next to home appliances. In the case of home appliances, refrigerators, sewing machine, cooking appliances, etc. In industrial applications, power electronic devices are used for blowers, boilers, machine tools, etc. So in medical applications, it is used for medical instrumentation, laser power supplies, etc. Apart from these applications, power electronics can also be used in the alarm and security systems, and it is mainly used in transportation systems. Nowadays, the IC engines are replaced by the electric vehicles. So the power electronics plays a major role in the electric vehicles and telecommunication systems and utility systems. So in the utility systems, it is used for VAR compensators and power factor correction, converters, etc. This is a block diagram of power electronic system. So this power electronic system consists of power source, power modulator, motor, load, sensing unit and control unit. So here we will see one by one. So first the power source. The power source may be an AC voltage source or DC voltage source. So depending upon the requirement, the power source can be chosen as either AC voltage source or DC voltage source. So next is the power modulator. So the power modulator block is very important in the case of a power electronic system. Okay. So let us take an example of a motor running a fan. Okay, in this case, motor is used for running a load. The load is taken as a fan type load. Okay. Suppose the motor is considered as a DC motor. Okay. So the output of the power modulator should be DC. And similarly, if the motor is selected as an AC motor, the output of the power modulator should be AC. So depending upon the requirement, the power modulator can act as a converter which converts the AC to DC or DC to AC. So say for example, if you are considering a DC motor and the available power source is a AC voltage. Okay. So now the power modulator will convert the AC voltage into a DC voltage. Okay. So now it acts as a AC to DC converter. Similarly, if the available voltage source is a DC and the motor used is AC, so then the power modulator will convert the DC voltage into AC voltage. So in that case, the power modulator will act as a DC to AC converter. Okay. So this is the first and foremost function of the power modulator. So the power modulator acts as a converter, okay, depending upon the requirement. So next one is that it modulates the flow of power from the source to the load. Okay. So next is that it will select the mode of operation of the motor. So the power modulator decides whether the motor has to be operated in the motoring mode or in the braking mode. Okay. So next one, during transient operations, that is during starting, stopping, braking and also during speed reversals, this power modulator will keep the current of the motor as well as the source current within the permissible limit. Okay, these are all the major functions of the power modulator, and it is the very important part of the power electronic system. Okay. So next we will see the motors. The motor can be DC motors or AC motors. So in the case of a DC motor, we can use either series motor, shunt motor or compound motors, and similarly in the case of AC motors, we can use synchronous motors and induction motors. So apart from these, Some special motors are also used, brushless DC motors, switched reluctance motors, etc. Okay. So next we'll see the sensing unit and control unit together. So let us take the same example that the motor is controlling the fan, right? So suppose we want to run the motor at a speed of 1500 rpm. Okay. So that 1500 rpm is given as a command to the control signal. So the command is nothing but the reference value, that is the desired value with which the motor has to be operated. So in this case we have taken an example of 1500 rpm. So this 1500 rpm is given to the control unit. Now the sensing unit senses the actual speed of the motor. So this actual speed is given to the control unit. Now the control unit will compare the reference value, that is 1500 rpm, with the actual speed of the motor. Okay. So this error signal is then processed and it is converted into a gate signal, gate pulse, which is given as a input to the power modulator. So since the power modulator acts as a converter, it employs some semiconductor switches. So these semiconductor switches are SCR, silicon control rectifier, BJT, IGBT, etc. So the gate pulses are to be given for turning on of these devices. So when these gate pulses are varied, the speed of the motor can be varied and the desired value can be achieved. So that's all about the block diagram of the power electronic system. So this is a summary of what we have seen so far. Now we will see the semiconductor devices. So the semiconductor devices will be having high voltage and current ratings. So those semiconductor devices which are having high voltage and current ratings are known as power semiconductor devices. So these devices are widely used in power electronic systems. Okay. So these are broadly classified into three types. First one is the uncontrollable turn on and turn off devices. So here the turning on and turning off of these devices are not controllable. Okay, they are independent. So example is diode. So next, controllable turn on and uncontrollable turn off devices. So here the turn on time can be varied or controlled by applying a gate signal to the devices, but the turn off time cannot be controlled. Okay, so such type of devices are SCR, silicon control rectifier, triac and diac. So next, third category is the fully controlled power semiconductor devices. Here both the turn on time as well as the turn off time can be controlled by providing gate signals. So examples of such devices are power BJT, MOSFET, IGBT, GTO, etc.